Like at your husband, right, in the car. You did.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna be late. I mean, can you like move it? Really? I mean, he doesn't understand that these doctors, they don't mess around. You know, he thinks they could take your sweet ass time and that the doctor's just gonna see you. No, they're not. They're gonna reschedule me for like a month, and I can't have that, unfortunately. So we are on our way to the
Can you show
doctor's.
them the Halloween decorations? Say, is our house? Is our Halloween decorations? Uh,
All right, so we are.
God bless you. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. Right? What does Lou do? He continues to call you the sea monster.
Who
He
cares?
continues to call you WIGGALICIOUS. So that's why. Did you see that? I made a revenge video and I got him back.
But it's like, who cares? I mean, he's a child. I mean, this is all childish behavior, and it just shows you the type of person he is, like his true
If you press
personality.
that, like you see that little message box.
Yeah.
If you press it and then press the screen, you should see hit messages. I don't know if anybody's there.
One person.
Who?
I don't know. Oh no, they left.
Well, just talk about like, how you feel about Lou. I mean, why are you okay with it for?
Because I know the truth, so I made a video on it. So I mean, you could call me a walrus. You could call me.
Right, he called you a walrus.
You could call me a
That
dude.
was washed up on the beach for days.
You
He
call
called
me.
you a sea monster.
You call me sea monster. You call me a dude. I don't care because it's so stupid. Like, I mean, obviously, I know the truth, and I think this is just so corny and childish, and I can't believe grown men actually talk like this.
Like if you do this, let me just show you really quick. You gotta press this, right?
Mhm.
And then press the screen. I don't think anybody is here right now. Keep talking.
So anyway, I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I feel like you only get upset like when there's some kind of truth to it. So I don't know. I'm just at a
What's
point.
your opinion?
I'm at my
Okay.
point in my life where I'm just too like old for this stuff. I mean,
What's your opinion of Lou in general? Like, what's your opinion? Do you think that this guy really invests in stocks?
No.
Okay. Do you think that this?
No,
Okay.
obviously not.
Let me give you an example, right? He claims he bought this over-the-counter stock, right? GTII. He said he bought it at 60 cents.
Mhm.
Now the stock went actually as high as over, I think it was $6.
Mhm.
Now, right now, it's over 5, right? So if Lou, assuming he bought 100,000 or 200,000 shares, he could have made himself anywhere between $500,000 or more. Yet the guy lives like a complete utter bum. He lives like a bum. He has to take Uber to the hospital. He doesn't own cars. I think he lives with his mother in a Section 8 apartment. Again, I'll say alleged. I believe he's on food assistance. Now, here's the thing, right? This guy who's a friend of his, Elk Spaghetti, claims that we're living off government assistance. I explained to them how
That we are?
Yeah, I explained to him that you got turned down for Social Security disability.
Yes, I did. I did get turned down for that.
Because it was crazy. It was like she started feeling pains, my wife. It was around 2009. She didn't know what it was. It was years later that we found out it was breast cancer. But they have this stupid rule in the Social Security Administration that if you stop working at a certain point now, even though my wife worked for about 20 years, she worked for the New York Stock Exchange, she worked for prestigious law firms in Manhattan, she actually got turned down for Social Security disability. Isn't it crazy our country? And then
That's sad.
they give free medical to immigrants, illegal immigrants that come into this country. Illegal immigrants get free housing, they get free prescriptions, they get food, they get everything. They get everything.
Yep.
Okay, it's crazy. How do you feel about that? I mean, how do you feel that you're a hardworking American, that you've been working for the past 20 years, paying your Social Security, paying taxes, and now in your time of need, that you have stage 4 breast cancer, they will not give you Social Security disability.
Very
It's a
sad.
disgrace.
Yeah, it is very sad and pathetic. This whole world is pathetic.
Is anyone even there?
I guess 2 people. AMC is over.
Oh, that's Vladimir Putin, right?
Yeah.
Guy's nuts, that guy.
AMC is still losing money.
Well, talk to them about the movie Smile that we saw.
Synthetic shares do not exist.
No, that's not true.
Jeff Harding, shots.
Yeah, he wants me to get shots, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that day with the bar where I got drunk because we almost got divorced.
I said it the other day. I mean, like I said, Richie's his own worst enemy. I mean, first of all, it's like he never goes out, like once in a blue moon. So it's like, did I care that he went out to a bar? No. So the thing is what I cared about is the next day. I mean, I wouldn't have known anything. I was sleeping. He had to drive me somewhere the next day, and he decides to show me, he wanted to show me a little bit of his live stream. And of course, he puts it on the exact spot of the live stream that was really, really, really bad. And let's just say a woman in a normal situation would have been pissed. I was going through something really, really, really bad at the time, and I couldn't even believe what I was witnessing. So that's that.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
What do you feel about these degenerates that make fun of our children?
Now, I mean, anyone who makes fun of a child, I mean, the way these people do, it's so disgusting. My stomach turns. I mean, I honestly, I'm not like you, Rich. I don't want anything to do with these people. I mean, I just think they're evil, and they should be wiped off the face of this earth. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that would be considered a threat to them. They consider that
That's
a threat.
a threat, but what
Right.
you say about children is not a threat. And I'm not even going to repeat the things that were said.
They said they wanted to egg our house on Halloween, they said.
Oh, you're so cool. What is this, 1980? Oh my God.
They said that Sophia likes African American men. They said Tyrone, Jamal, Marcus. Now let me explain. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having an African American boyfriend, but the girl is 8 years old.
But
She's
see,
8 years
I
old.
wouldn't even talk about it because you're just giving these people ammunition, and you're just like.
They said that Michael is retarded.
I don't want to hear this, but I don't.
But I want you to
hear
fight
it.
them back.
I don't. I already did. I don't, because that's what they want. I'm not going to give these people what they want, and I'm not going to repeat what they say. Okay, that makes me.
And how about that guy? His name is Richard Lavoie Exposed. No, but listen, Richard Lavoie Exposed. He says to me that he wishes I was on the 51st floor of the World Trade Center. But then what I said was I wish you were there with me so I could throw you off. Now is that wrong?
No, I mean he just said the same thing. I mean, he just said the same thing. So how is that not a threat? And what you said is a threat. I mean, these people make no sense, but they want to rile you up. They want to get you crazy. You can't feed into this garbage. And I hate when you repeat what these people say. I think that's disgusting.
Right.
I'm sorry, that pisses me off.
Now, can you explain that I've gotten to a point now where I have enough AMC shares? You know what I mean? And I'm focusing now on gold. I'm cash is king right now to talk about, like, in this crazy world of inflation.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have cash. It's important.
Cash, yeah, definitely. You can't trust nothing in this world. Banks, nothing. I don't trust anything.
So that's why I just have enough AMC where I'm satisfied that I could get my money back. I could get my original principal back. Again, I'm not a financial planner. This is not financial advice. My wife is not a financial planner. This is not financial advice. We're both entertainers. But I just want to get my original principal out, and then I'll hold, I'll hold for gold. Absolutely. But my main thing right now, honestly, that I'm focusing on is cash and gold. Cash and gold.
Nice.
We're almost at the doctor's. Is there anybody even here?
Yeah. They were talking about AMC is over.
Nothing is over until it's over,
I gotta stay quiet on that
It's
one.
like that song by Lenny Kravitz, you know? It ain't over till it's over. Don't give up on Amy, cause she is powerful. Synthetic shares are real. Synthetic shares are real. Okay? Thomas James Investing said that there was 2 trillion synthetic shares. How about that one? Now, I mean, that's a little crazy, right? I mean, 2 trillion synthetic shares?
I just want to make sure nobody
All right, here, I'll take
sees the name of the hospital.
All right, here, give it to me. Give it to me.
Make sure nobody
All right,
sees
if
the
you
name
give
of
me
the
the
hospital.
phone. Hey, look at my face here.
Yeah, look at your shirt.
Because my wife doesn't want to share the hospital.
No, thank you.
They probably know anyway.
No.
They know everything.
Thanks, Rich.
All right, yeah. I'll drop you off. I'll be right back. I gotta just drop my wife off. You need anything?
Sure.
I gotta give my wife some money here. Hold on, hon. Just for to get a cup of coffee, not too much money. Just throw a quick 20. Here you go.
Thank you, hon.
All right, let me.
Bye, everybody.
So my wife is saying goodbye to all of you.
All the good ones. The haters who go up themselves, really.
All right, have a good
Yeah.
doctor's appointment, honey. I love you.
Yeah, I should be fast, all right?
Show them with the mask. Show the
No,
mask.
no.
The mask.
I want the people to see. Beautiful, right?
Yeah, let me see. All right. Have a good doctor's appointment.
Thanks. They take me.
See, again, this guy says Sophia loves Africans. It's terrible.
Because you keep repeating it, Rich. Stop repeating it, man.
Let's go. Degenerate, this guy. I love you, honey.
I'm just going to ignore it because the more you keep repeating it, the more people are going to say it. And that's what pisses me off, okay? Stop saying it. You. Not them. You.
Have a good doctor's appointment.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
I just dropped my wife off to the doctor's. When she's done, we'll have a little fun. Little food. Little sexual healing. Baby, a father's gonna get lucky. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Why am I lying that I'm taking my wife to a doctor's appointment? Of course I'm taking her to a doctor's appointment. Why would I lie about that? Psycho people. What do I have to gain to lie that I'm taking my wife to a doctor's appointment here? Parking my car here. Man, there's a lot of sun. Oof. The sun is bright. Trying to just block this sun here. Jeez. I'm not going to show the hospital. Private information, Gary Gensler. I'm not driving and using the cell phone. My wife was holding the phone. Okay, I just parked. I'm parked. Richie Soprano, what's up, Spontaneous Crusades? How you doing, brother? I was taking my wife to the doctor's appointment to get her daily checkup. God bless her. This guy, Sophia loves Africans, should have, I don't know, something very bad happen to him. Maybe, just, I don't know, like he's crossing the street and he gets run over or something. A Big Mac truck, just like crashes into him. Sorry, he's talking about my daughter, so. I have no mercy when people talk about my daughter. AMC is done. That's all you say. AMC is over. That's all this guy says, Vladimir Putin. AMC is done. AMC is over. It ain't over until it's over. You never heard Yogi Berra? It ain't over until the fat man sang. I didn't sing yet. See what's on the radio here. AMC isn't over. Hold for gold. Keep your conviction strong. Yeah. Anyway. Do you have any questions for the Apefather? I'm just killing time. I'm waiting for my wife to get her doctor's appointment. Then we're gonna get a little breakfast. You're listening to Genesis. Awesome, man. Land of Confusion. Which song? Phil Collins is the man. Oh, Take Me Home. Great song, man. Take me home. My voice is shot right now because I got a very bad sore throat, so you gotta forgive me. I gotta go get what do you call that, little cough syrup. Don't remember. Take me home. It's like that a movie with Adam Sandler with the ball. He goes, ball, go home. That's your home, ball. Go into the hole. That's what Apefather wants to do. Apefather wants to go into the hole too. Have a little fun. The hole is my home. If you could read between the lines of what I'm talking about. It's like, you ever see that movie American Pie? Remember, he was using, what was it, like a cantaloupe? He was pumping the cantaloupe. That was funny stuff, man. Listen, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? If you don't have a woman in your life, you got to make love to fruit. You know what I mean? Listen, we've all been there. We've all been there. Gary Genza, I reported you, Teddy, Lou, and everybody, okay, to the SEC. Why don't you report yourself, Gary Genza? You're doing a terrible job. I'll put my seat back here and try to relax. Just the sun is so bright, man. Oh, the sun is shining. And I can see clearly now the sun is in my eye. Not financial advice makes you safe. Do you think anything you do, Gary Gensler, makes you safe? Gary Gensler, wake up, smell the cappuccino, get out under the table, and do your job. Do your job. No, I actually think it's going to be for you. I think you're the one who's going to end up behind bars, allegedly, because you don't do your job, brother. You're letting all this corruption on Wall Street take place each and every day with blinders on. With blinders on. You're letting Ken Griffin get away with murder. You're letting the short sellers get away with murder. Dark pools, payment for order flow. They don't have to disclose their synthetic holdings. What kind of, is this free? Does this sound like a fair marketplace to you? It does not sound like a fair marketplace to me. No, it doesn't. Why can't I do that? You know, why can't I do that? Can I borrow? I want to do the same thing that these hedge funds do. I want to call up Gary Gensler is what I want to do. Say, Gary, look, I want to buy, I don't know, 100 million shares of AMC. And he's going to be like, well, there isn't 100 shares of AMC available. I'm going to say, yes, there are, because I'm using synthetics. I'm using synthetics, Gary, and I'm good for it. How come we can't do that? Right? Why can't retail investors do the same thing? Why can't we use synthetics to buy AMC? Sounds fair to me. If hedge funds could do it, we should be able to do it. But that's not the way. Seems like this is only an option available to hedge funds. Exactly, Spontaneous Crusades. Dark pools are ridiculous. It's like a wild card in Uno for stocks. You're right. God will not allow you to cheat your way in life. Well, the hedge funds are cheating. But I'm not going to get God into this. It's Gary Gensler's job. Gary Gensler's job. It's the Department of Justice job. It's FINRA's job. It's the DTCC's job. But it seems like their job is to be giving a blowjob to somebody. That's what their job is. They're giving blowjobs to Kenny G. Because I just don't understand. Look, again, I'll say it's alleged, but why aren't they taking this guy down, Ken Griffin? Like, obviously, this dude is the biggest cheater on earth. He's the biggest cheater on earth, but he seems like he's got everybody like on the payroll. Again, I'll say it's alleged, but it just seems like there is something going on that we don't know about under the table. You notice how he's always giving like donations to everybody. Everybody gets a donation. Here's a $20 million donation. Here's a $50 million donation. Oh yeah, Janet Yellen, come speak up at Citadel's event. Yeah, here's $300,000 for you, Janet Yellen. You know what I mean? It's just he's always giving money to everybody. Spontaneous crusade. So many freaking people ain't doing their job. Unbelievable. This shit is fixed. It's like the casinos, man. The casinos are fixed. You know, it's like it's always the same thing with a casino. You know what I notice? It's always the same thing. You go to a casino and you play the number 19, let's say 19 red. You know what they do? The ball bounces at 19, then it goes into 31, which is the number, you know, right next to 19. Or it bounces into 19, it goes into 8, number 8 black. So in other words, they want to make you feel like, oh, I was this close. I was this close to hitting it. It's all rigged. Everything, this whole world, this whole country, I really think everything is rigged. We live in a rigged society. So that's why I've come to the conclusion that a lot of your money has to be in cash. You got to have cash. You know, I learned my lesson from what happened in Greece. Remember Greece? How they couldn't withdraw money out of the banks? Remember? People couldn't even get $40 out of their bank in Greece. Remember that time? I learned my lesson from that. That's why I have a safe deposit box with a decent amount, a respectable amount of cash in it. And I have gold because I just don't trust anybody. I really don't. And I think that people who put all their money in the stock market right now are crazy. I've come to the point where I have only 10% in the stock market of my net worth. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, you know. Listen, you want to hear a funny story? Spontaneous crusades. I'll tell you a funny story. I was at the Tropicana one day and I lost like $5,000, right? I literally only had $20 left in my pocket, right? So I went to the table, the roulette table, and the minimum bet was $25. That was the minimum bet. I only had 20. So the guy, Al, he was the pit boss. He goes, Richie, what's the matter? You look sad. I'm like, hey, man, I had a bad night. I'm down 5,000. I only have $20 left. He goes, what, do you want to make the bet with the 20? I said, I'd like to make the bet, but the minimum bet's $25. He goes, don't worry about it. He goes, make the bet. So he says, give him the chip. The dealer's name was Ra. He was like this friggin' Egyptian guy. His name was Ra. So Ra said, what do you want to do with the $20? I said, put it all straight up on number 19. Now, the guy Al felt bad for me. He knew I was down 5,000. He knew I had a couple of really bad nights. So the pit boss goes to Ra. He says, Ra, hit number 19 right now for Richie. Hit number 19. So I'm laughing to myself. Yeah, like, what's the chances they're going to hit 19, right? He spins it. He hits 19 on the first spin. He hits it. I won $700 back. But you know what that experience taught me? They could hit any number they want to hit. I don't know how they're trained to do this, but they could literally hit any single number. I went to the casino recently. Check this out. I played 34 numbers out of 38. In other words, I played 0, 00, 1 red, 3 red, all red, 1 red, 3 red, 5, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 21, 23, 25, and 27, right? So the only way, and then what I did was I put $80 on black. So in other words, if any black number came out, I would break even. And if 0 or any of the red numbers 1 through 27, I win $25, right? So the only way that I could lose is if 30, 32, 34, 36. On the second spin, she hits a 32. What's the chances of this? What's the chances on the second spin she hits a 32? So in other words, she hit one of the four numbers. She on the second spin that I could lose on. It's all rigged. It's rigged. Casinos are rigged. The stock market is rigged. That's why I just got to the point. I tell you, man, I got to the point where I got 10% of my money in the stock market, and the other 90% consists of gold, cash, and real estate. Yeah, I've been to Mohegan Sun before. Yeah, but I don't go too much to Connecticut. I don't go too much. Mostly Atlantic City. I'm trying to think. Is Mohegan Sun the one in Connecticut, or is that I know there's Foxwoods, right? Foxwoods is a casino out there. I've only been there one or two times to the casinos out there. I go to Atlantic City. I've already explained all of this snuffleupagus. My wife got turned down for Social Security disability. And can I tell you something? I'm not a proud man. I'm not a proud man. I actually wish my wife would have got Social Security disability because the girl worked for 20 years. She worked for 20 years and they turned her down because she stopped working. She was in pain in 2009. She stopped working. She was working for the New York Stock Exchange. She worked for prestigious law firms and she stopped working due to tremendous pain. She didn't know it was breast cancer. It was 2009. And then when she applied for it, which was, I don't know, in 2017, the Social Security Administration turned my wife down. They turned her down for Social Security disabilities. We fought it. We appealed it. We appealed it twice, and they turned her down. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, Snuffle Up Angus, but your information is, and she deserved to get it. Let me tell you something, man. You know who gets it? Illegal immigrants. That's who get. You know who gets Social Security disability? Lou. Lou gets Social Security disability. Lou gets food stamps. Lou gets free medical. Lou's probably most likely an illegal immigrant. I don't even think that Lou's an American citizen. But I'll say it's alleged. I'll say it's alleged. I mean, listen, American Dream. There are definitely stocks that you could get lucky with. You know what I mean? But I got to tell you, you got to get in and you got to get out. In and out quick. In and out quick. But I will tell you this. My father was always a believer, may he rest in peace, in holding. I never forget, my father held Tesla and he made over $500,000 holding Tesla. My father. He was always a big believer in holding. I don't know. A lot of people are like, well, AMC is not Tesla, right, father? You're right. I understand that. You're right. I agree with you, American Dream. I do believe that Lou gets free medical care, but it's alleged because I don't know for a fact. But this Elk Spaghetti guy, who's like Lou's best friend, Elk Spaghetti. Who is this guy? He's like a security guard, I think. Who is this guy? He's like, I have connections that I could find out, if the ape wife and the ape father are on government assistance. Well, I don't know what connections you have. I wish my wife was. I'm actually admitting it to you. My wife deserved to get Social Security disability, and I am so pissed that I'm not going to stop fighting for it. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go to I'm going to go to local senators here. I'm going to fight it because it's such a sin that illegal immigrants come into this country and they get Social Security disability and they get food stamps and they get Section 8 housing and they get free medical. And my wife, who's an American citizen, who's worked for like 20 years in her time of need, does not get it. She got turned down for Social Security disability. I think it's an effing disgrace. And that's another reason why I supported Donald Trump. And I don't care if people don't like Donald Trump, but I supported him because he knows that that's the truth. You got to take care of Americans first. You understand? You got to take care of Americans first. You can't take care of people who are coming to this country illegally and they get everything handed to them. And I think Lou fits into that profile, by the way, allegedly. Yeah, Atlantic City is falling apart. But they have a lot of nice outlets, though. I will say that they did put a little bit of money in it. They built all these outlets. So I mean, let's just put it this way. I'm not saying to you that I'm not saying to you it looks great, but it looks a little better. They built all these outlets all around the place that you could go shopping after the casinos take all your money. Just killing time, waiting for my wife to come out from the doctor's appointment. Then we're gonna go eat. Lou doesn't have any moderators. I went in Lou's chat the other day, and he blocked me after one comment. Yeah, because Lou has no balls. Lou doesn't want to be challenged. You understand? Whenever you challenge Lou and bring up something that's going to expose him for the fraud and the con man that he is, what is his first reaction is to block you. That's a good song. Time is on my side. Rolling Stones. A lot of phony people in YouTube. A lot of phony people. I heard that Finance News is making like $250,000 a year on YouTube. Finance News. All this guy does is good cop, bad cop videos. Like 1 minute he'll say, Warren Buffett is all in on AMC. Elon Musk is all in on AMC. And then the next minute he'll say, that's it. It's all over. AMC's going bankrupt. American Dream has a little African American in his blood. I'm sure I do too. Right? I'm Sicilian. So you ever hear the story of the what was it, the Moors or the Noors? I don't know, the Noors or the Moors. They conquered Sicily. They had a lot of sex with all the Italian women. You understand? And the Moors were African American. And back in the old days, the Italians, the Sicilians had blonde hair, blue eyes, but then it changed to dark skin, black hair. Right? I got that from the movie. You ever see the movie True Romance with Christian Slater, Dennis Hopper? There was this one part in the movie. You have to watch the movie True Romance. Tony Soprano was in it too. James Gandolfini, Chris Walken, and what happened was they had the father. So what happened was he fell in love. Christian Slater fell in love with a stripper, and the long story short, they got married. And he went to her pimp. Well, she wasn't a stripper, she was a prostitute. He went to her pimp and basically killed him. And he just wanted to get the clothes. He wanted to get her clothes. But it turned out instead of taking her clothes, he took something like $500,000 in cocaine. So ultimately, he wanted to sell it. You follow me? You should watch that movie. And the mafia obviously wanted that cocaine back. So they went to his father. And long story short, they were torturing him. They were abusing him. The father was a cop. Dennis Hopper, he was a cop. He knew he was going to die. He was like, can I have that Chesterfield? It was a cigarette. Can I have that Chesterfield now? And he starts smoking it. And he goes, something? He tells the guy who was Chris Walken was the mafia consigliere, He says, let me tell you something. You ever know the Moors conquered Sicily? They did so much effing with the Italian women. They changed the bloodline forever. It's not that I'm not deflecting, Elder Dude Reno. It's just that it's none of your business. I'm not here to prove myself to you. Lou has never showed his portfolio. Look, Lou goes around. Let's talk about Lou for a second. Lou goes around saying that he's a multimillionaire. Lou goes around saying he owns Teslas, he owns Porsches, he owns AMC, he owns GTII, yet he has never shown his portfolio. Never. Okay? And none of you seem to have a problem with Lou. You only seem to have a problem with me. So the way Lou doesn't show nothing, I'm not showing nothing either. True romance. El Dudorito, go break Lou's balls. Go break Lou's balls. I'm sorry, I lost a little reception there for a second. There are things that are online that prove that the Apefather has money. Okay, so you all know I have money. There are things online to prove it. Okay, I own a house. You see, we have a family trust. All of this is available online. You look up Lou online. If you look up Lou, he owns no real estate, nothing at all of any type of assets, no assets, nothing. Okay, so you're all I just find it funny how you're all breaking my chops. Look up my house. Look up my house. My house is valued at $530,000. You'll notice there's well over $200,000 in equity. Look at this is available as public record. It's online. It's online. I provided you with all the houses I lived in. 336 Nighthawk Lane when I first got married. I bought the house for $501,000. I sold it for $551,000. You're laughing, but I find it funny how you laugh at me, but there's absolutely no evidence that Lou has any money. There's no evidence, nothing. And you keep like worshiping a guy who's probably a dead broke bum. He's a dead broke bum. Whatever money he made on YouTube is spent, brother. Listen to me. The guy made $188,000. He had to spend $73,000 on restitution. Okay? The guy had to pay taxes. The guy needs money to live. Lou is broke. He has no money. I have more shares of AMC than you have invested in the stock market. Okay? Does that answer your question, El Dorito? My portfolio is about 100 times the size of yours. So just try to calm down and relax. Go smoke a Chesterfield, okay? Go smoke a Chesterfield. Let's look it over here. Lou's last name is irrelevant. If you want to find out, Google it. Look, El Dorito, you can keep repeating yourself. I am not showing you DICK, okay? You are not worth, listen to me, the sweat on my ball sack. You understand? The sweat on my balls mean more to me than you. I cherish the sweat on my balls more than I cherish you. I cherish the pubic hairs on my balls more than I cherish you. I cherish ass hairs that are inside my butt cheeks. They're more important to me. My ass hairs are more important to me than you. Does that answer your question? I mean, can I be any clearer? You're not the IRS. You're not my accountant. I don't owe you DICKSHIT. I honestly don't know what Lou's full name is. I really don't know. I don't know. The guy who even knows. You want to laugh if this dude's name is even Lou. His name could be friggin' Festa. His name could be Festa. We don't know nothing about this guy. His name could be Festa. I'm just trying to explain something to all of you. You're listening to a dude who doesn't invest in the stock market. That's all I'm saying to you. He doesn't invest in the stock market. Yeah, Fester, that's his name. You know, I was very close to actually doing that, Spontaneous Crusades. But I'm just at a point in my life, I'd rather eat than own a business. I'll tell you a funny story. I go to Zano's of Brooklyn. You could call up Zano's of Brooklyn, right? This is in Waretown, New Jersey. I'm like their best customer. I've literally spent so much money at Zano's that I think I put most of his kids through college. That's how much money I spent there. They got a picture on the wall of me. I'm on the wall of fame. Now the owner there is Tony. He's a great guy. He's a good friend of mine, Tony. His brother passed away recently. May he rest in peace. He was a good friend of mine, Joe. May he rest in peace. He was. They're all from Brooklyn. They're all from Brooklyn. They're we always talk about Brooklyn. The point is this. I one time asked him. I said to him, Tony. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, you know I love to eat. He goes, oh, I know you love to eat. I said, you think I should maybe one day open a restaurant of my own or a pizzeria? He goes, you don't want to do it. He goes, my whole life is this restaurant. This is what he said. The guy is. He says it's worse than. He told me it's worse than being a doctor. It's worse than being a doctor. He goes, I am at this restaurant 7 days a week. I'm here from the morning to when we open up to all the way into the evening. He goes, I have no life. I have, my, it's all he does is work. So I would not want to have a pizzeria or a restaurant. I would just rather be the guy who goes in and orders the meal, eats, and then leaves. That's just me. I don't back out from bets. The bet with Chad Clifford wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair bet. You understand? He told me I couldn't include my house. I couldn't include future money. I had a letter from the Victims Compensation Fund from the Special Master. He said I couldn't include that. So it wasn't a fair bet. It wasn't a fair bet. That's it. A bet's got to be fair. And then I'll take the bet. If a bet is fair, I'll take it. If a bet is not fair, I'm not going to take it. Would you take an unfair bet? Like, I mean, these people all make me laugh, like this guy, El Dudorino. Like, if I said to you, let's make a bet, hear me out, ready? Let's make a bet who has the higher net worth, me or you. But then I told you, you couldn't include your house, you couldn't include your stocks, you couldn't include future money that you were getting, say, from a lawsuit. I say, you can't include none of that. Would you take the bet? Yeah, I mean, there's just too much time, spontaneous crusades. There's too much time. I'm a YouTuber. You want to know what it is with me? I'm a YouTuber. The majority of my life is spent on YouTube, and then the other little time that I have left is spent eating and with my family. That's it. You want to hear my whole life? My whole life consists of YouTube, eating, and spending time with my family. How am I going to run a business? How am I going to run a pizzeria? It's impossible, right? I don't have the time to run a business. Now, you might say, why do you spend so much time on YouTube? Because it's my dream to become a famous YouTuber one day, okay? It's my dream to become a famous YouTuber. I'm approaching 6 million views. I mean, I know that's not a lot, but it's not too bad. Mm-mm-mm. By the way, Chad Clifford, in his own way, I think respects me. He does. Can I tell you something? I was talking to Chad on the phone, and Chad pretty much said, Richie, look, I know that you're a successful guy. He said it to me, Chad. He says, I know you're successful. And I said, Chad, I know you're successful too. I'm not taking away the fact that he works very hard for his money. He's a truck driver. God bless him. God bless all American workers. God bless all American workers and the military, the active military, all of our vets. God bless America. Okay? God bless America. I'm looking for something here. Where is it? A little gum here. I agree. I agree, Commander 35. Without truckers, this country will fall apart. I think Chad had this thing where he felt I didn't respect him because he was a truck driver, and I had to correct him. I said, Chad, I have the highest respect for truck drivers in this country. And I don't know what gave him that impression. I don't know what gave him the impression that I don't have respect for truck drivers. I think what happened was when I was having that argument with Tendy Time, because Tendy Time is a truck driver, I think a lot of people in the agency community felt that I don't respect truck drivers. Our fight that I was having with Tendy Time had nothing to do with the fact that he was a truck driver. It was over other issues. It was over other issues, and I don't even want to get into it anymore because I made the peace with Tendy Time. Truck drivers are great men. This is annoying, right? How annoying is this? Look. Tendy Time works in a junkyard. I mean, I honestly don't know what he does for a living. I know he's a truck driver, but I don't know exactly, I don't know if he works for a construction company. I don't know. It's none of my business what he does for a living. Look, when Lou goes and visits Tyrone and Jamal, this is what Lou's mouth looks like. Look. That's what Lou's mouth looks like after Tyrone and Jamal finish with him. I'm just doing my impersonation of Lou. This is Lou like, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Why do you have to talk about children for, Kevin Russo? You see what Kevin Russo just wrote? That's what Sophia's mouth looks like after I finish. Do you realize? I want everyone, listen to me, I want everyone to read Kevin Russo's comment. He's talking about an 8-year-old girl. So I guess that we have to call Kevin Russo a pedophile. Kevin Russo is a pedophile. Okay? Because he's talking about, and this guy's laughing, Sophia loves Africans. He's another pedophile. They're laughing. You're fucking psychos, man. Yeah, American Dream and Telly. I mean, I don't want to get personal. I'm sorry to bring this up, American Dream. But I know that I'm not going to block people. You know why I'm not going to do it? Because I'm not a bitch. Can I tell you the reason why I don't block people? I believe in this country, in our wonderful, great country of the United States of America, that people have the right to freedom of speech. And that's it. That's it. People can say whatever they want. It's terrible, but that's what makes our country great. Freedom of speech. But guess what? Freedom of speech works two ways. The way you could say things, I could say things. And you know what's funny about you haters? You're all pansies. All of you haters are pansies. Because when I say things to you, all of a sudden I become the hate father. All of a sudden you get all butthurt. All of a sudden you start crying like a little biatch, all you haters, when I say things about you. You understand? Like, I'll give you an example. Kevin Russo's mother, called me up recently, and she was begging for protein. Kevin Russo's mother. So I said to her, listen, I'm not going to send you money. But she says, I need protein. I'll die without protein. So I said, I'm going to do you a favor. You understand? I went to go see Kevin Russo's mother. I grabbed her by her effing hair. You understand? I put her all the way down to my friggin' sack, and I friggin' shot a big, gigantic load of cum in her mouth. You understand? I shot a cum of friggin' an elephant-size cum in Kevin Russo's mother's mouth. And she loved it, man. She sucked that cum up. And she said, thank you so much. She says, thank you for the protein. I said, you're very welcome. And I told her, I'll do it anytime you need it. Anytime you need it, I will fill up your stomach with my white, creamy substance. So remember something. Remember something. Freedom of speech works two ways. You understand? You want to talk about my family? I can talk about yours. Right? Isn't that fair? Isn't it fair game? Isn't it fair game if you talk about my daughter, if you talk about my son, if you talk about my wife? Isn't it fair game that I could talk about your family? Right? Because people say, oh, leave the children out, family's off the table. But you don't leave family out, so then I'm not going to leave your family out. Brother, I came in your mother's friggin' ass, Kevin Russo, listen to me. And then guess what? You popped out. You popped out, brother. I am your father. You are my son. You are my shit baby, brother. You are my shit baby. Brian said, carefully, Father, you're making Kevin Russo excited when you talk about his mother. It reminds him of his childhood. And this guy who says, Sophia loves Africans. I bet you any amount of money that this guy gets gangbanged by Tyrone, Jamal, Marcus, Leroy. You know, this guy's getting gangbanged. Okay, where they're shooting white creamy substance in every single hole he's got. They're sticking it in his behind. They're sticking it in his mouth. They're sticking it in his ears. No, because Millennial Collector, because this guy said Sophia, he just made a comment. Sophia loves African Americans. I'm not racist. I didn't say anything negative about the African American race. I'm not racist at all. My kids are at school. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking to Pikachu. Did you ever see that video on The Sopranos with Tony Soprano? When Beto, his daughter, wanted to date that black guy. Oh, that was funny. I'm not trying to be racist, but come on. Wasn't that a funny episode of The Sopranos? Tony Soprano, he goes to the guy. He goes, let me ask you a question. On your college application, he goes, what did you check? What did you check? He goes, what are you talking about? What did I check? You know, the boxes. Did you check African American? What did you check? Yeah, I checked African American. So we understand each other. You understand? The kid goes, my family's in the movie business. He goes, oh, those old Tarzan movies, right? Those old Tarzan movies. That was the funniest line ever. I love James Gandolfini, man. May he rest in peace. Greatest actor ever. I have no video. What are you talking about? You have no video. The regulator says I have no video. You can't see me? Can anyone see my fat face? If you don't think that movie Die Hard with a Vengeance was funny, dynamic synergistics, specifically the part where Bruce Willis was in Harlem wearing that sign, if you don't think that was funny, you have no sense of humor. Sophia loves Africans. A girl who is 18 and 19 years old is not underage. The legal consent, just so that you understand, I want to educate you, okay, is 18. Okay, so you have to be under 18 years old to be considered a minor. So just so that you understand, and I would never cheat on my wife. I would never cheat on my wife. But if I had sex with a girl who was 19 years old, you understand? Nothing illegal about that. There's nothing illegal about that. You know, in other countries, you want to hear something crazy? I was talking to a buddy of mine from Italy, and he was telling me out in Italy, it's freaking crazy. I think the legal consent is 14 years old. Isn't that nuts? That's crazy, right? He was telling me in Italy, he was like, you could legally have sex with a girl 14. I was like, get the F out of here. I mean, I would never, that's to me, that's like rocking the cradle, man. I would never do anything like that. That's crazy. But I'm just telling you, in other countries, the legal age is different. In America, the legal age is 18 years old. So your comment, Sophia loves Africans, your comment is not accurate. There is nothing illegal about having sex with a girl 18 or 19 years old. Now this guy's trying to tell me I'm going to touch my own daughter. What a sick fuck this guy Kevin Russo is. What a sick guy. The regulator, you want to know what it is? My wife can't handle it. My wife can't handle all the hate. But you want to know what the truth is? They don't hurt me, these people, these haters. They don't hurt me. I got to the point where I realized that if you want to be a public figure, unfortunately, there is a consequence to being a public figure. People are going to abuse you. They're going to degrade you. They're going to abuse your family. They're going to abuse your wife. They're going to abuse your mother. They're going to abuse your children. It's part of, I should become a politician one day because I'm so used to all the hate that I want to be the first politician that takes craps on the throne and I still can make office. I want to be the first politician who has no shirt on, you know, acts like a psycho, and I want to be the first comedian. I want to be the first psychopathic politician. That's my goal in my life one day. Hey, anything is possible, right? With this current administration. Listen, I am a public figure. I have almost 6 million views. And what you don't understand, Kevin Russo, is that my views are going to keep growing. It's going to get to a point where I have 10 million views, you know? Over 10 million views, 100 million views by December 21st. Someone is calling me. Hold on. My wife is done with her doctor's appointment. No, that wasn't Lou. That was my wife calling me. I gotta go get my wife now. So listen, it's been fun. It's been real. I'm gonna be doing a lot of lives. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna be doing a lot of lives. I just gotta go get my wife now. So hasta la vista, as we say in Italian, arrivederci, all right? Ciao.